How much do you weigh?
Oh my God, I don't know. I could do with losing about a stone, really.
Oh, come off it.
Yeah.
What do you want from life?
No, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm not that much overweight, but a little bit.
Were you a boxer as a schoolboy?
I used to, yeah, box as a kid, you know, I mean, but not seriously. Once I started getting beat a lot, then I thought, no, this is not for me. I can't.
Very wise decision.
Yeah.
Let's just catch up, because I know you're a fanatic about boxing, and you would normally have been in a certain date in Las Vegas watching Mike Tyson.
Yes.
You saw the fight, Mike Tyson won, but there's a terrific melee at the end of the fight where the referee thought he'd stopped it too early.
Well, that's what the people think, but I mean, you can't let, you know, you have to, whatever the ref says goes. I mean, he's the law in there, and he's looking at it. He's closer to it than when we're watching it, you know. So if he felt it should have been stopped, then he was right.
We've all seen, whether you know anything about boxing or not, we've all seen pictures of Tyson. He looks the real thing. I mean, he looks ferocious. You've seen him close too. What do you make of Tyson?
I think he's a great fighter, and he's got a great heart. You know, his heart is really in it, because sometimes with boxers, if they don't have that aggressive, you know, like when Frank Bruno fought him. I mean, Frank Bruno, I felt, if he had more of an aggressive attitude, he could have beaten Tyson. But when he caught Tyson with one blow, it was almost like he was frightened to follow through in case Tyson got mad.
I can't understand that, can you, Tom?
No, I can't understand it. I mean, if I got Tyson in that position, I
murdered him.
Well, I would have at least tried. But you know, you have to have that as a boxer. You can't be a nice guy in the ring. You can outside, but not inside.
I'll only refer to rugby once to get the sport out of the way, but England won and Wales, oh, it's so sad.
Well, yes, it's sad for Wales, but there you go. You see, you can't win them all, as we say. It's a bad period for Wales, but I'm very pleased that England.
Interested in the psychology of performers, Tom. Now, here's where you do definitely come in. Before the rugby at Twickenham, there are various stories of for instance, Simon Hodgkins, the fullback, changes character just before an incredibly tense experience like that. I suspect you're not tense too much nowadays, but in the old days when you had big dates, how did you psych yourself up just before?
You try not to think about it. That's what I always do. I mean, to this day, when you have to go out in front of a lot of people, you still get that. The adrenaline starts to flow, but you don't get scared. You know, you think, I can't get scared here, because once you start thinking about that, you will get scared, and your knees will go and the whole thing. So you have to have even aggression. You have to feel that you want to get out there and, you know.
Some people always want to know, before you hit the first note, do all singers have the fear that the first note, the voice is going to do something extraordinary, going to do something strange?
Well, you never know, and I don't warm up much before I go on, because by doing that, you then start to think about the show, which I don't like to do. But I've been lucky enough to be able to rest is good for my voice, not to warm up too much.
Have you ever done a show where, whatever, you're not felt too good, maybe your throat's causing problems, or you're flat because of problems off stage? Have you ever done a show where from the word go it's been flat and you haven't been able to lift it?
Sometimes, if especially sound, you know, I always like to hear myself. I like to hear everything that's going on, and if that starts off wrong, and then I talk to the sound man and try to get it right and it doesn't, it throws you. And sometimes it takes a while to get that the sound right.
You see, you've got that Celtic look about it. Do you get bad-tempered?
No, only with myself, with the situation. But I don't throw tantrums or anything. I think, well, we have to try and get this right. And whatever I can do to get it right, I try to do that. It's no good ranting and raving, because you're not going to get anything done then.
We saw the video of Carrying a Torch, the new one, and that's with Van Morrison.
Yes.
Now, he's a gentleman you worked with, or knew, way back, isn't he?
Yeah, in the 60s, we started around about the same time. We came to London at the same time. Van was with a group called Tvam, and we played a bunch of venues together in '64 and '65. But then, you know, we lost touch with one another. But I mean, I knew what he'd been doing, the great songs that he's written, and his solo career and everything, and he had followed me, but we just didn't get a chance to get together until January of this year.
They're all saying, you know, whether it's just us being sentimental and rather ridiculous, they're all saying the 60s are coming back in terms of culture, fashion, music, you name it.
Well, I think it was a good time for music. I think there were a lot of good songs written and recorded in the 60s that can be revived, and they are, because a lot of advertisements know that they're using, a lot of commercials on television. 9 times out of 10, if they use a song that's well known, it's something from either the 50s or 60s.
That's an interesting point, actually. Tom, stay with us, relax. We'll come back to you very shortly. Right now, it's time to check on that venerable institution, the Great Britain.